Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining the Village of Shorewood's regular scheduled Village Board meeting for August 11th, 2026. With that, if you would, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And with that, Lana, roll call, please.
Mayor DeBold.
Here.
Trustees Amos.
Here.
Babiak.
Here.
Brockman.
Here.
Chapman.
Here.
Luciano.
Here.
And Selfridge.
Here.
All right, we do have a quorum for this evening. We'll conduct some village business. With that, we'll move into our citizens section. Are there any citizens wishing to address the village board this evening? Seeing none, we'll move on to this evening's consent agenda. Item number 1 will be approval of the regular meeting minutes from July 28th, 2026. Approval of the committee of the whole minutes from July 28th, 2026. Item 3 has been amended to reflect accounts payable in the amount of $329,541.95. Item 4 is approval of a payment in the amount of $17,405 to Sikich for auditing. Item 5 is approval of a payment in the amount of $24,683.50 to Perkins Manufacturing. Item 6 is approval of payment in the amount of $24,918.16 to Schwartz Construction Group for the Rivers Edge Park. Item 7, the approval of payment in the amount of $53,140.63 to Terrapelli Ford. Item 8 is a payment in the amount of $68,267 to Terrapelli Ford. 9 would be an approval of payment amount of $470,029 to Joseph J. Henderson's for the pumping station. 10 is approval of the payment amount of $18,972.39 to Brightly Software for public works operations. 11 is a payment amount of $26,637 to Core Maine for some more water meters. 12 is contract in the amount of $10,490 with Joliet Tent for the Oktoberfest, which includes our deposit of $3,496 for Oktoberfest. And finally, item 13 is approval of a payment amount of $130,000 to the City of Joliet for sanitary sewer oversizing. Is there any item a board member needs any further clarification or has any questions? If not, take a motion to approve consent.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion by trustee Luciano.
Second.
Second by trustee Babiak. Roll call, please.
Babiak.
Yes.
Brockman.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Selfridge.
Yes.
And Amos.
Yes.
All right. Consent agenda's been approved. With that, we'll move into reports and communications. Lana, anything that you have for this evening?
I do. I have some information here regarding the consolidated election, which will be held on April 6, 2027. Petitions and election materials for the Village of Shorewood are available at the Village Hall located at 1 Town Center Boulevard, Shorewood, Illinois, for pickup from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, commencing August 25th, 2026. There are 3 positions up for election. 3 members of the Board of Trustees. These positions are for 4-year terms. Petitions must be filed by mail as provided by the Illinois Election Code or at the Village Hall during the week of November 16th through the 23rd of 2026 between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m., except that filings are not accepted on Saturday or Sunday and will be accepted between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on November 23rd, 2026. These dates and times for filing will be effective for independent candidates unless otherwise provided by law.
All right, thank you. And I have nothing else at this time under reports communications. So with that, we'll move into our order of business. Item number 1 was to be a consideration for approval of a proposal for sports fields for Four Seasons Park, sports fields maintenance in the amount of $14,800. Over to Public Works.
Thank you, Mayor. So our field use agreement requires the organization to handle some of the maintenance at our ball fields. Some of the minor repairs that have been identified as removal of a little themselves for their share. Staff will coordinate with the sports field on the work schedule, trying to get this done before the fall season. Again, this work is not budgeted, but will be reimbursed by Minnesota Baseball Softball Association. Staff is recommending the village board waive the bid process and award the contract to sports field in the amount of $14,800. Any questions?
And then just for clarification, this is simply pass-through, since we have the relationship with sports fields.
Yes.
Anybody have any questions? If not, take a motion just to approve that then.
I'll make a motion for the approval of a proposal from Sports Fields, Inc. for CNA's Four Seasons Park Sports Field Maintenance in the amount of $14,800.
Motion by trustee Selfridge,
Second.
second by trustee Chapman. Roll call, please.
Brockman,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano,
Yes.
Selfridge.
Yes.
Amos.
Yes.
And Babiak.
Yes.
All right. Business item number 2 will be consideration for approval of the purchase of bulk road salt in the amount not to exceed $250,000 from Midwest Salt for the upcoming 2026-2027 winter season. This is over to Public Works again.
Thank you again, Mayor. So we normally participate with the state's bulk consortium purchasing program that we have for our road salt needs. This is the second year in a row that we've had an issue. Last year, we had enough salt in our dome that we were able to make it through the season. We were a little bit nervous, but we made it through. This year, our request for to be added as part of their bid package. The simple answer is that our line for Shorewood did not receive a bid. Ours, along with 259 other agencies, also did not receive a bid. So there is right now a deficit of where these 260 agencies are looking for almost 400,000 tons of salt. So we are looking, we do need salt for this upcoming season. Our dome has approximately less than 400 tons. That would be about 1 to 2 winter storms, and we're looking to fill it. So with a number of agencies all on the hunt for salt, I would like to try to, we buy Midwest, we buy salt from Midwest for our water treatment plant. We do have $250,000 in the budget for this purchase. We are recommending the village board waive the bid process and approve the purchase for bulk road salt in the amount not to exceed $250,000 in Midwest salt. Any questions?
Noriel, is this product available though?
Yes.
It's not going to be a speculation that they're going to have it. They have it available though.
They told us that they have 60,000 on the ground.
When would you potentially start importing?
I was hoping to have it like this week or next week. We're just waiting on the schedule right now from them.
Okay, but you're looking to import it sooner than later, as you mentioned, numerous other agencies and not to mention private sector are seeking product.
Of course, yeah, if I can get it next week, I will.
That's one of my biggest concerns, is make sure we get it.
Will it fill up the dome, the purchase? Okay.
Our dome is about 3,000 tons that we can hold, and that if we really pack it to all the top. In the sense here is that we'll have probably around 2,500 tons hold.
And historically, what have we used in a winter?
We're averaging anywhere from 1,200 to 1,400 tons. With our heaviest season was 1,800.
Okay.
Low salt diet.
Anybody else have any questions for Public Works? Take a motion to buy some road salt.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of bulk rock salt in the amount not to exceed $250,000 for the upcoming 2026-27 winter season.
Motion by trustee Babiak,
Second.
second by trustee Selfridge. Roll call, please.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Selfridge.
Yes.
Amos.
Yes.
Babiak.
Yes.
And Brockman.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Item number 3 will be a consideration of an ordinance granting a minor amendment to a conditional use for the planned unit development of Shorewood Veterinary Clinic at the Shorewood Town Center, Rusty Ridge Animal Center regarding the 24-hour veterinary services. This item is up for a first read. Over to Ms. Engel.
Thank you, Mayor. What I want you to do is just to give a brief overview of our PUD process, because we have some minor amendments on the agenda today, and there were some questions about what constitutes a minor amendment as compared to a major amendment. A major amendment is what we typically see. That's when there's a change of things like density or land uses or the size or height of a building, the amount of open space, dwelling units, or new road alignment. A minor amendment is something that, doesn't impact the character or the concept of the use and is not on that list and, is really sort of a very minor thing. The biggest difference is the actual process before the item comes before you guys. So if it's a major amendment, they would apply, there would be a public hearing notice, then the Planning and Zoning Commission would have a public hearing, and then it would come to you with a recommendation from the Planning and Zoning Commission so that you can vote on it. If it's a minor amendment, then they apply and we put it right on the village board agenda. It's a very quick process. So at the last meeting, we were looking at Rusty Ridge, and they were before us with two requests. One was for 24/7 veterinary operations, which would have been considered a minor PUD amendment. The other one was for a conditional use permit for the MRI trailer. And because that required a public hearing, it triggered the requirement for the public hearing of the Planning Commission and was considered as a major amendment. After our last meeting, we decided it would be best to separate the two of them. So we want to talk to you tonight about the 24/7 veterinary operation. And the applicant has actually asked us to defer the consideration of the MRI trailer to give him a little bit of time to look at it. As he's been, looking more into the process, he realized that the concrete, although it was poured adequately for his original use, may not have been poured adequately for an MRI trailer. So he just needs some time to deal with that. So we're actually asking that you defer that until the next meeting. So the only thing that's before you this evening is the idea of going 24/7 on the veterinary operations. They wouldn't do it right away, but they do want to ask for that permission because it's their ultimate goal. If approved, there would be no changes to the hours of operation for the boarding or the grooming or the pet daycare or any of that stuff. There was a public hearing on this because it was coupled with the other one, but it is considered a minor amendment, and I'm happy to answer any questions if you have them.
Kind of like I said, we talked about this at the last meeting, and for sake of clarity, this was separated out so it wasn't tied into the trailer component.
So,
Yeah.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, just to clarify, because the doggy daycare, so dogs can't be outside past 8. So all those, I went back to the original PUD.
Right.
And it talked about like normal business hours. And that's all it really states is those activities have to be during normal business hours. So this change is allowing 24/7 for, a vet to be on staff and they can handle incoming, but the doggy daycare, the dog boarding, that's still like no doggy daycare on Sunday or holidays or before and after those things. And the dogs can't be outside past 8 p.m.
Correct. And if they wanted to change those in the future, they would have to come back and ask for permission again. They haven't indicated that they want to change them, but basically this just gives them the permission to operate the veterinary care within the building. Everything else follows normal hours. The only thing that they would be allowed to do outside of the building would be an MRI in the event that you approve that conditional use, but it doesn't come as part of this.
Okay. That's my only question.
Okay. You have one, Tony?
So, I just want to clarify one thing. The 24 hours has nothing to do with the MRI. So one is not contingent on the other.
Correct.
So to extend the hours beyond the normal time, what is the purpose to go all the way 24/7?
I think that they have seen a number of their patients have veterinary emergencies after hours, and they'd like to be able to provide that service. It's actually fairly hard to find a vet. If it's the middle of the night and your dog has a problem, you have to go at least to Naperville. Mm-hmm. So I think that, that they saw that there was a void in this market and thought, hey, this is a good service for us to offer.
Then they're done that.
Me too.
There is a challenge.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any other questions then on that?
Want to move this along?
Yeah, go ahead.
Make a motion to grant an ordinance, a minor amendment to conditional use for plan unit development for Shorewood Vet Clinic at the Shorewood Town Center, Rusty Ridge Animals Center regarding 24-hour vet service, and waive the second read.
Motion by trustee Brockman,
Second.
second by trustee Babiak. Roll call for that, please.
Luciano,
No?
Selfridge,
Yes.
Amos,
Yes.
Babiak,
Yes.
Brockman,
Yes.
and Chapman.
Yes.
All right. Item number 3 is approved. Item number 4 becomes a consideration of an ordinance granting a minor amendment to a conditional use for a planned unit development for Shorewood Horizon regarding pavement. Back over to Ms. Engel.
Thank you. Back in 2009, we approved the plans for Shorewood Horizon. If you look on the screen, the area shown in red is a fire lane / walking path for the residents of that building. And when they originally spec'd it, they spec'd it as stamped, colored asphalt. So basically, they would roll the asphalt, they would stamp it, and they would essentially paint over it. They're now approaching that 20-year period, and it's started to fall apart. But they realized just with the stamp pattern, it's very difficult to patch. And sometimes when it cracks, it becomes a bit of a hazard for the residents who are walking, because most of the residents who take that path are seniors. It's also very costly to replace it with the stamped asphalt, so they've come forward to ask for permission to just do flat asphalt, smooth asphalt that is colored. And to give you an idea of what it looks like, it's this area in the rust color that goes around that one building behind. They have representatives here too this evening if you have any questions. And I think they would intend to stay with the rust color, which sort of looks like a red brick.
So all we're doing is eliminating a textured pavement and putting in a smooth pavement.
Yes, yeah.
Seems pretty straightforward.
Would you put that over the top of the, or would you remove what's there?
They would have to grind the existing asphalt. What they would be doing is they would be essentially resurfacing the whole thing. So they would grind it and they would replace the asphalt.
Okay. Has there ever been any traffic on that whatsoever in the 20 years?
I would say no, except when I look at this picture, it looks like there is a landscaper that's there. But I believe that the fire department hasn't used it. So if it's used, it's very minimally used. I'm sure residents do walk on it occasionally.
Luckily, the fire department hasn't used it, so, or the police department. So.
Is the coloring required, or?
So it was called for in the original plan, and I think the main reason that they would do it in this circumstance would be to differentiate it from the drive aisles. Because if you look at the regular drive aisles, they're black. You don't want people to think they can drive on that, so you want to differentiate it by making it look a little bit different so people understand that you shouldn't be driving on there, but the fire department can still get back.
And so the amendment still requires that coloring differentiation?
Yes.
Okay.
It just deletes out the color.
The
It's
texture,
not
it eliminates the
stamping.
texture. Yeah, the stamp.
Okay.
So.
It
Any
was
other
very
questions?
in style in the late 2000s to do that.
I'll make a motion for an ordinance granting a minor amendment to the conditional use of the planned unit development for Shorewood Horizon regarding pavement and waive the second reading.
Motion by trustee Selfridge,
Second.
second by trustee Babiak. Roll call, please.
Selfridge,
Yes.
Amos.
Yes.
Babiak.
Yes.
Brockman.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
And Luciano.
Yes.
All right, item 4 has been approved. Item 5, 6, and 7 are going to be very similar. These are kind of repeats. Item 5 is consideration of an ordinance for the Village of Shorewood, Will County, Illinois, proposing the establishment of a special service area number 14 and calling for a public hearing with regard thereto. The Hamptons of Shorewood up for first read. And I remember we approved these a little while back. And why were they brought back? Can I ask about a date?
Yeah,
A publishing date got
It
missed?
didn't get run in the newspaper, so we're just republishing it.
Council, can 5, 6, and 7 be approved together, or do they need to be read off separate?
Yes, sir, they may, you can come all together without objection.
Okay. So again, items 5, 6, and 7, we passed these like a month or so ago, just establishing public hearing dates. So if there's no objection to update this, and we'll get the publications out, seek a motion to approve 5, 6, and 7, establishing public hearing dates.
So moved.
Motion by and waive the second read.
And waive the second read.
All right, we do have a motion from trustee Babiak,
Second.
second by trustee Brockman. Roll call, please.
Amos.
Yes.
Babiak.
Yes.
Brockman.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
And Selfridge.
Yes.
All right. With that, we'll move into our trustees' comments for the evening. With that, over to trustee Amos.
Yeah, I wanted to congratulate the Shorewood PD on looking out for our citizens as they normally do, and there was a nice event on social media that was put out there a couple days ago about a replacement of a bike, so well done, Shorewood PD. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Brockman.
I don't have any comments tonight, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Babiak.
I just wanted to say great job to everyone involved with the Crossroads Festival. I know things were a little damp through the weekend, but it was still a great event, and it was fun being involved in the parade and seeing the reactions of everyone as we threw candy. Just the joy that it brought, so that was nice.
Thank you. Trustee Chat.
No comment tonight.
Thank you. Trustee Luciano.
Citizens Advisory Committee will be meeting on September 24th, and anyone interested in becoming involved in it can contact us through the village website. And also, I'd like to congratulate the police department on the what happened with the bicycle with the child. I think too many times we hear so many bad stories about the police. It's nice to hear a good one.
And thank you with that, sir. And then Trustee Selfridge.
No comments.
Thank you. With that, again, I want to thank everybody coming out. To our residents, again, we had another round of storms. Public Works crews will continue to go out cycling, picking up tree damage and tree debris. If you had any type of damage in your yard, if you get that from, Public Works will not cross the sidewalk, but if you get trees or anything, debris that was damaged into backyards, get it out to the curb line. Our crews over the next couple of weeks will make the rounds and get that collected. So don't feel that it's got to be done in the next 24 hours or anything. You have a little time, and crews understand that. And again, the crews will come around and clean up the tree debris. Additionally, thank you for everybody that participated in getting the grounds ready through the Crossroads Fest. We did have some rain. Public Works, the Chamber, all the volunteers that came out, very appreciative of all the hard work that got done. And we're turning the corner here. We've got a National Night Out coming up in, what's that? 1 week. So again, Public Works and the Police Department will be right out in front of the Village Hall. The website's got all the information regarding National Night Out. So I thank you to all of our staff for all the hard work they do, all the residents that continue to come out and support the village, and all the activities that we try to, and services that we try to continue to provide. With that, I do need to ask for a motion to go into executive session, discuss employment, bargaining, and disciplinary actions within the village of said employees.
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Babiak,
Second.
second by Trustee Chapman to go in executive. Roll call, please.
Babiak?
Yes.
Brockman?
Yes.
Chapman?
Yes.
Luciano?
Yes.
Selfridge?
Yes.
And Amos?
Yes.
All right, we have concluded executive session. With that, I need a motion to close executive session.
moved.
Motion by trustee Amos,
Second.
second by trustee Babiak. Roll call to close, please. Executive.
Brockman,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Selfridge.
Yes.
Amos.
Yes.
And Babiak.
Yes.
All right, executive session has been closed. With that, we take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by trustee Babiak,
Second.
seconded by trustee Selfridge. Roll call, please, to adjourn.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Selfridge.
Yes.
Amos.
Yes.
Babiak.
Yes.
And Brockman.
Yes.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.